So if we're quick, we can fit a few more questions in, and the nature of how, I just want to say something that I think is important, right? So hands down for a second. The nature of me and Gaia chairing this allows us the privilege of handing over a platform. So we're now going to choose young people and people of colour to offer that platform to with questions. We think that's vital.
Is that what you were discussing a couple of minutes ago? To try and prevent Piers from coming in? Is that what you were discussing a couple of minutes ago? To try and prevent Piers from coming in? Is that what you were discussing a couple of minutes ago?
These two women here, please, for me, with the microphones. I'm going to ask you to have some respect for the questions that are coming from the two women with the hands up. So there's woman with, I think, purple hair and blue top, yes. Emma, can you have, please have a level of kindness and respect for those asking a question. I would appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much.
Women in colour, that's what they just discussed, to try and prevent Piers. That was a method. Yeah, women and people of colour, young people, because Piers is in that category. Ridiculous. How many of them are young?
I just wanted to ask, given the very overwhelming evidence for the link between proportional representation and faster action on the climate crisis and on environmental legislation.
Yeah, the environmental ministry is the nodal ministry going forward for all policies, because like Jeremy pointed out, we have on the one side going to COP, on the other side trade deals with Australia.
Thank you. Let's take those two. Let's make our time. If we get through these, I will come back to it.
Stitch up.
I've been Shanghai to take the PR question. So look, the reason I think that PR has been put forward by a record number of CLPs to this conference is that people are screaming out for a democratic change in this country. PR isn't a silver bullet, let's be really clear. PR is just one element of the changes that need to take place in this country, some of which I outlined earlier when I was speaking. But look, if you look at some of the most progressive countries, if you want, economies in Western Europe, faults and all, New Zealand, the Scandinavian countries, they have a form of proportional representation. I think the only other country that has first past the post is Belarus. So I think in the entire world, so we're in poor company. So I think ultimately PR means everyone votes count, everyone has an incentive to vote, and I think that's good for democracy. And we know the vast majority of the public, and definitely members, are way ahead of the curve, more progressive than their elected representatives. So anything which can influence those politicians to reflect that representation, that radicalness in the movement, then
But I'm the wrong lap to size up to. At the end, I'll give you 30 minutes. Well, I've got 30 minutes before my next session. There's no way it's not positive to discuss the fundamental issue of the state.
Shut up!
Mate, you need to read the room and now leave.
To ask questions. Why are we having children of 12 years of age being back? You are assaulting me. You're assaulting me.
No, that's not what assault looks like. You now need to leave the room. Thank you. Alright, we're going to actually continue and not allow this level of disruption to disrail this panel.
They're assaulting me. They're assaulting me.
Stop it. I can film him. I can film him. You cannot stop me.
He's just been assaulted. I have every right to film.
At this point, you need to ask yourself what level of entitlement you think you have.
I'm happy to talk to him.
Okay. Your name? Your name? You assaulted me.
Take it out! Hey!
None of that. No, it's legal. It's legal.
No, it wasn't. You thug. You
Call the
thug.
police.
You thug.
Call the police. Call the police. Call the police.
You kick at a man in the face and then the police will charge you, mate.
He punched me in the face. You kicked me. He had dragged